I'm Sherry Austin, registered nurse and executive longevity advisor. My work centers on helping leaders build recovery systems that sustain performance over time. What that really means is this: I help leaders stay sharp, clear, and effective without burning out in the process. The recovery technology market is expanding rapidly: wearables, apps, continuous tracking. Leaders now have more data than ever about their health and performance. Sleep scores, HRV, stress metrics, and readiness indicators. We are measuring everything, and yet recovery is not improving at the same rate. So there's a gap here. We have more visibility than ever, but not better outcomes. This raises an important question for leaders. If we have all this data, why aren't we recovering better? Because data alone doesn't drive outcomes. What I'm seeing more often is this: leaders are tracking everything, but they're not translating that into clear decisions. So the result becomes more information, but less clarity, especially as the environments leaders are operating in become more complex. And when clarity drops, execution drops. And when execution drops, recovery doesn't improve, even if awareness does. This is where high-performing leaders get stuck. Not from lack of effort, but from lack of decision structure. I want you to think about this for a moment. What are you currently tracking that you're not actually acting on? All right, I just paused for a minute. I just want you to think about that. I've worked with executives using multiple platforms, tracking sleep, HRV, stress. They have dashboards, they have reports, they have alerts. But when I ask a simple question, what has changed for you in your sleep quality, your sleep duration, HRV, based on this data, there's often a pause. And that's the issue. Because what happens is they become highly informed, but not more effective. Nothing changes in their behavior, so recovery stays flat, even though effort is high. And over time, that creates frustration because it feels like you're doing everything right, but not getting the return. So here's the shift I want to introduce. Recovery isn't about tracking more, it's about deciding better. A simple way to think about this is in 4 steps. Number 1, what signals actually matter for you? Step 2, how do you filter out what doesn't work? Step 3, what decision gets made from that signal? And step 4, what behavior actually changes? Without that structure, data stays passive. With it, data becomes actionable. Recovery doesn't improve with more data. It improves with better prioritization and execution. Insight, not information, is what drives performance. And leaders who understand that start to recover differently. They're not reacting to metrics. They're using them strategically. Let me give you a real-time example of why this matters right now. This week, Tennessee passed legislation targeting pharmacy benefit managers, specifically breaking up vertical integration across insurers, PBMs, and pharmacies. On the surface, that sounds like a healthcare policy issue, but structurally, it's something else. It's a shift away from centralized control toward more fragmented systems. When systems fragment, complexity increases. Now you're encountering more variables, less predictability, and more decisions required. Here's where this connects directly to you as a leader. When complexity increases, your need for clear, structured decision making increases with it. If not, You start reacting instead of deciding. And when that happens, both performance and recovery begin to degrade. Not because you're doing less, but because the system you're operating in now requires more clarity than before. So this isn't just about healthcare. It's a signal that the environments leaders are operating in are getting more complex, and the ones who adapt are the ones who can maintain clarity inside that complexity. Tomorrow, I'll close out the week with where recovery is heading and why it's quickly becoming a competitive advantage for leaders. If you're thinking about how to simplify what you're tracking and actually turn it into better performance, you'll want to be here. I'll see you tomorrow at 12:30.